Our next guest is with a company that's creating a new AR toy market, augmented reality toy market. Very cool stuff that reveals fantastic worlds by connecting toys and games. And one would think, well, haven't we done that already all the year? Well, not necessarily. But the CEO of Augmented Robotics is doing just that. Tony Nitschke, welcome into tomorrow. How are you, sir? And thanks for joining us.
Hey Dave, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing very well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing much better, thanks. We're doing well. The cool thing is that you were, of course, at IFA in Berlin,
Yes.
where we could not attend for the first time in 18 years. Something about the EU not letting us Americans in. That and the fact that Chris and I recovering from the Rona. The fact is that you were there and were able to talk about not only augmented robotics and what you guys are doing, but show people how you are connecting toys and games. First, tell us a little bit about Augmented Robotics, the company itself, and then let's get into what you're doing.
Sure, thank you. Well, at Augmented Robotics, as you already mentioned before, our aim is really to put toys to the next level. We want to connect toys with the cool stuff that kids know from their computer games. And the best of it is they don't have to stay inside actually to enjoy the games that they're used to. They can go outside actually in the nature with their favorite toy and experience those fantastic worlds in augmented reality around their favorite toy in the end.
And that's even better because now you're encouraging the kids to get outside and breathe some nice air and enjoy some physical activity perhaps, even though they're using augmented reality. It allows them, it sounds to me, to kind of immerse themselves in the game where they couldn't before.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we are trying to encourage the kids, to take their creativity, their daydreams in the end, and we have the technology to put these daydreams into reality everywhere, wherever they are. They can enjoy those amazing games with their favorite toys. And maybe just to explain a little bit about our company, Augmented Robotics, we are actually a spin-off of the Technical University of Berlin. So it's really a techie company.
Yes, I remember we passed the Technical University every year, every day, to and from the hotel and the IFA fairgrounds. So we're very familiar with it. One day we have to go inside and actually see what's there. But apparently, folks like you are there.
Yeah, it's a great university. Seriously, I can only recommend it. Most of my co-founders, actually all of my co-founders, studied math and space engineering. So what we did there was building rockets, satellites, and Mars rovers. So it's a great place to be.
So wait a minute, you're telling me, Tony, that rocket scientists actually started this company? How did rocket scientists get into toys and games? Or was it a pretty logical step to say, hey, look at the stuff we're doing. It can be considered toys and games, but on a much higher level. Let's actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. Very good question, actually. As we grew up in the environment of aerospace engineering, we also worked with drones a lot. And we had private little hobby projects actually on the side, my co-founders Evgeny and Patrick and me. And one of our side hobby project was to create drones with AR content. So we wanted to have virtual drones, like spaceships next to us and fight each other in the air kind of thing.
Nice.
But this seemed to be a bit too difficult in the beginning. So we started with a little toy car and we figured out it was already a lot of fun actually doing that with a little prototype. And then we went to the toy industry and said, oh, look at our little prototype. Is this something you would be interested in, actually? And they got huge eyes and said, yeah, definitely. We want to integrate your technology into our products. And this was basically the start of Augmented Robotics. Yeah, as a
awesome.
company.
So then how is it that you integrate? I mean, could you give us some samples or ideas how what the kids might already be familiar with and you're taking it to that next level?
Sure, sure, sure. So imagine you're having a radio-controlled toy that you are used to from your childhood, like a car or something, you know? Usually what you could do with this car is just like drive forward, backward, left, right, or whatever, and that's it. With our technology, you can maneuver these kind of cars with your smartphone, and you see virtual objects in a real environment, like coins to collect, or treasures, or like
Oh,
obstacles, and so on. And you can even play it with other kids, so you can shoot virtual turtles at each other and so on. So it gets like it adds a whole layer of more content around the already existing toys. So this
very
is what you
cool.
can do. If you like, I can show you a video
Oh, please, that would
as
be
well.
awesome because we would like to get a better idea of how it all works. Sure.
Okay, let's have a look at this video.
Ah,
This is a
Mario.
showcase of us. Yes, a little Mario. And what you're doing is you put our little device on the top. Enables you to control it with your smartphone. And then, as you can see actually now, you can collect these coins, you know?
Oh,
So there
okay. So,
is,
so folks that are not yet being able to watch the video at intotomorrow.com, listening on the radio, you're watching on your phone and able to see Mario in his cart running around, in this case, a sidewalk, and on your phone, you're seeing coins or various treasures that you would pick up in a game that you're able to do at that point, which I think is very cool. I mean, that certainly sets you aside from just somebody playing the game and, yeah, sure, picking up the coins and whatnot, but you actually have, in this case, a physical toy that's running around on the sidewalk or in the house or wherever you might be. I think that's very neat.
yeah, it's so cool, and the kids love it. You know,
I'll
we
bet.
tried it with many kids, and we're always surprised on how they react with it and what they're doing with it. You know,
Yeah.
because the kids interact with our products in a different way than we could imagine, and it's a lot of fun to watch the kids play with it and
Sure, they can get
trying this
real
kind of
creative,
technology.
I'm assuming, there too.
They can,
How
sure.
is your company Augmented Robotics different than say Lego and Nintendo and that sort of
Mm,
thing? Because especially when they're introducing physical toys as well,
sure.
but you guys are a bit different anyway.
Yeah, sure. Lego and Nintendo are great companies. You know, they're doing an amazing jobs, and they offer amazing products as well. They do a little bit of augmented reality yet, and good products. You know, don't get me wrong. They have an awesome portfolio. But what we're doing in the end is a step above this. You know, what we're really focusing on is the interaction between the real product and the AR world. You know, our augmented reality is not just a little gimmick around. You know, it's the main game in the end.
True.
And also, Lego and Nintendo are only offering their own products, of course, and we are a technology provider. Meaning that we offer these kind of technologies to other companies from the game industry, for them to upgrade their toys, you know, and to get into the time of digitalization.
So I love that idea. So folks that are not Lego or Nintendo related or oriented still have an
Exactly.
opportunity to get with you, for example, at Augmented Robotics and say, we'd like our toys to be able to do this as well. And I'm sure you'll open the door and say, come on in, we can make that happen. And then be
That's
able
what
to
we're
do that.
doing.
Yeah, no, I love it. Now, artificial intelligence and toys, I'm assuming that that's got some of our audience thinking, that sounds a little scary. AI and toys, I mean, at what point, have we gone too far or can we? Or, what's AI doing with toys?
Yeah, sure. This is a very good point, and we just won the Deep Tech Award last Thursday actually in Germany for one of the startups with the best artificial intelligence.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. But we're not doing Skynet or anything like evil from Terminator.
Oh, good.
Our intelligence, like our artificial intelligence, isn't using personal data or trying to influence you in your personal behavior or
Good.
anything. What we are doing with this artificial intelligence is detecting the real objects, the toys, in the environment. in order to, from a technical point of view, make it possible that these toys interact with this digital content. So it's more like an indoor navigation system, our artificial intelligence,
Cool.
and it has really nothing to do with anything evil kind of thing.
So parents need not be worried at all. You're doing the right thing. And again, since you talk about so much research and watching kids interact and their excitement, you're obviously going to continue to take care of the kids and not scare them either. You want them and other companies to be involved to do this on a very positive manner. I think it's safe to say, Tony, that you're assuming that augmented reality is the future of toys. I mean, we're going to see a lot more AR into tomorrow as it relates to toys.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, just think back to the time when you were a child, you know, and you had all these
long ago. But yes, I'm thinking about that.
But, you know, like maybe even as an adult, you know, you drive around in your car and you have kind of a daydream, you know, of what could be possible. As kids, you imagined like knights and dragons or cowboys, you know, fighting each other.
Yeah.
And with our technology, we are actually able to do that, you know, to let these dreams come reality. And as we are able to do that, as a technology is at this stage, you know, you also have to see from a company kind of perspective. Like every product is competing with every other product, you know, and the toy industry is facing a huge challenge to compete with digital products. And in order to stay competitive, they have to integrate some kind of digital into their products. And this is exactly what we are offering without taking their main product, their heart away, you know, their main idea. We just add a little bit around and make it more interesting for the kids and competitive with digital products.
Do you foresee, and you may already be doing this, but even maybe from, in this case, you were showing us a little video of Mario and his cart. Do you see maybe from Mario's perspective as well, so that somebody's looking at if they were driving the cart, going around picking up the coins and things? Is that part of what you're able to do or will be doing, do you think?
Yes, actually, this was our initial idea years back, and that's what we tried to sell to the toy industry. And they were a little bit scared of cameras in children rooms.
There's that privacy issue, understandably, but yeah.
Exactly, and the price for cameras is not that cheap neither. We could offer that. And actually, this is what Nintendo is doing now, you know. They develop a car like that, and it's great, you know. So I'm hoping with Nintendo doing this awesome product, other companies will jump onto this kind of train and do it as well. But we also have other products, for example, like our customers came to us, just going to share my screen, and ask us, we have more products like teddies, for example, that cannot move. And we digitalize these kind of products as well, you know. So now you can use your smartphone to just scan your teddy easily and then integrate this teddy in a virtual environment in front of you in augmented reality.
Very cool. And again, those listening on the radio, he's now showing us, be sure to come by and check out the video at intotomorrow.com. But he's showing a teddy bear and how you can simply scan an NFC chip, select a game you want to play with the teddy bear, and then play it. And now there's this virtual city, it looks like, in front of the teddy bear. And I'm sure there's many options and many different things to do. But that's something else that Augmented Robotics is already doing, and no doubt looking to do with even more toys in the future.
Exactly. And so basically what we're doing is we add a little bit of digital content for every toy, you know, and this is what our customers came to ask, and the solution is there by now.
Well, and I'm assuming, Tony, between yourself and your other two rocket scientists, literally, that you're going to come up with even more unique things where augmented reality in toys is a difference. It is a new reality for toys, and I'm glad that you're there. I'm delighted that you were exhibiting at IFA and that you've had opportunity to share some of what you guys are doing with us. Let's stay in touch, because as you do more, we'd love to tell our audience more about it and let folks folks know that augmented-robotics.com is where you want to go to see what Tony and his team are up to. And of course, we'll link you there when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us.
David, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. And yeah, we're welcome to answer any questions of your followers.
Terrific.
Your listeners.
Well, we'll do just that. We'll pass them on to you as well. Augmented-robotics.com. Hit us up at intotomorrow.com and we'll get you to Tony's site. Fascinating stuff for this whole new reality of toys. I'm Dave Graveline. We continue bringing you further into tomorrow right here on the Advanced Media Network.